Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we're going to be going through Lorsan's full skill description with the multipliers because he is out on the Pioneer server along with the twins. So we did get the video trailer featuring Lorsan and we know how his abilities work, but now we're going to go through the numbers and also, for example, his hero focus and supreme plus ability, which were not actually shared. Okay, so Whispering Tempest is his ultimate ability. It will begin with 0 pre-filled energy, 1 second initial cooldown. Lorsan channels his power to summon a storm centered on the frontmost enemy, lasting for 5 seconds. Enemies within 2 tiles of the target are affected by the storm, which is a pretty big radius, suffering a 30 haste reduction and taking up to 70% base damage from Lorsan every 0.5 seconds, and this is going to last for 5 seconds. So 5-second haste debuff onto a lot of enemies. And the damage multiplier is pretty high. 70% basically is going to be times 10 if the whole 5-second duration is going to be going off on the enemies, and that is 700% attack multiplier, but it will be ticking every 0.5 seconds, so it won't be like one big burst. It will be a gradual like decrease in their health. Now, I think this can be cool. A lot of people are thinking that he will be good for the Eironn Wilder AFK stage pushing team, and also for Eironn nuke teams in PvP. The thing with this is that the haste debuff is kind of nice, but there's no hard crowd control. There's not, for example, like with Arden, the entangling vines immobilizing the enemies, and there's not the Eironn ultimate, which is also immobilizing and displacing the enemies. So that is kind of the issue I have with this. The debuff is nice, but it's only for 5 seconds. It's not like, for example, Bonnie, which is permanent haste debuff onto enemies, and Bonnie's debuff even goes up to a 50 haste debuff. So those are kind of the reasons, and also it's very ultimate reliant. Like, this is an ability I don't like when a hero has a lot of their kit on their ultimate, because I think that is very counterable with enemy Lily May, or the fight can already be decided before Lorsan is even able to cast his ultimate, because a lot of PvP matches are very quick, especially in Supreme Arena. Like within 10 seconds the match is usually kind of decided already, and by that point Lorsan probably can't even cast his ultimate. So that is kind of my problem with him, but I think, yeah, he does well with Eironn. Of course, that is his best synergy, because Eironn will group up enemies and then they'll all be hit by Lorsan's ultimate and provide the debuff onto them. So moving on to the skill 2 of Lorsan, Stormbound Retribution. This is his signature ability. When a battle starts, Lorsan links the nearest and farthest enemy heroes to each other with Stormbound Chain. The chain transfers, and as you upgrade it up to 100%, and with 4 skill power, 140% of the damage taken by one of the linked enemies to the other. Damage transferred by the chain cannot exceed 500% of Lorsan's attack and will not defeat the enemy. The chain breaks when its total damage dealt to both enemies reaches 900% of Lorsan's initial attack, and with upgrades that is not going to change, it will be 900%, or if one of the linked enemies is defeated. Okay, so the damage you usually will be dealing to the tank is going to be transferred to the rearmost hero on the enemy's side. And it can go up to 500% of Lorsan's attack, which is a pretty high amount. This is the damage that can be transferred, which can be pretty high, because generally speaking, heroes have around 10%, their attack stat is around 10% of their health. So 500% of Lorsan's attack is around 50 to 60% of the health, basically, of himself and of other heroes. So that is going to be a pretty high amount if you can actually transfer up to 50% of the enemy's health. Now, I don't know whether this is actually reduced, this damage is going to be reducible by defenses again, basically when it's being transferred, in which case this would not be nearly as much, but that's kind of like the thing about it here. So I guess, yeah, this is going to be the damage transfer. This is like the unique ability of Lorsan, and it is kind of interesting. However, the thing is, especially in this season, to also counter the Graveborn faction talents, you're going to usually have your rearmost hero, a hero which is fine taking damage, like Talene. Like, if this Stormbound Retribution goes off onto Talene, it's like, you really don't like that, because Talene is just going to revive herself. Or if it goes off onto Tassi in the back, she's just going to proc her invincibility. So basically, there are ways of getting around it for certain heroes, and like, when you're making a good defense, you're probably going to craft with this in mind. But anyway, this is definitely an interesting ability, and on offense, I think it will see some good use. Yeah. We'll take a look, we'll do some AFK stages and see the damage output. But yeah, Zephyr's Embrace. This is his skill 3. and this is going to be on a 12-second cooldown, initial cooldown of 3. Lorsan protects the weakest ally with Zephyr's Embrace for 6 seconds, weakest meaning lowest HP ratio. While active, the protected ally gains 50 dodge, chance of dodging a normal attack. No damage is taken when dodging a normal attack. Is this also a new stat? I've never heard of dodge before. Is that a 50% chance of dodging a normal attack? Okay, no damage is taken when dodging, and then you have 30, with skill power it will be bonus haste, and recovers this much HP per second, equal to around 100% of Lorsan's attack per second in HP per second, which is not bad. 120% of his attack maximum, and with skill power it's going to be even higher than that, HP per second. So this is a pretty good buff, however it's only for one ally, and I don't think that is enough. Like, honestly speaking, I do like this buff, but only being on one ally, and I think his Mythic Plus doesn't have any way of even increasing the number of allies this is put on, because his Mythic Plus is about the Stormbound Retribution. So that's why I feel like it's an overall kind of lackluster ability. But if you can give him haste, this can go down onto a lower cooldown, and you can keep, you can cast it more frequently. His Hero Focus increases attack by 15% during battle. When Stormbound Chain breaks for the first time, Lorsan's attack is increased by extra 10%, just increasing his damage output basically, and then also slightly increasing his healing amount, because that is scaling off of his attack as well, but also increasing the amount of damage transferable, because it will be based on his attack. Now we have his Mythic Plus ability, Turbulent Resurgence. Lorsan recovers 200% of his attack multiplier of HP for all allies when Stormbound Chain breaks. And at plus 15 exclusive equipment, it's actually a 400% attack multiplier when Stormbound Chain breaks. He will then cast Stormbound Chain again with a maximum of 3 casts per battle. And that is quite a big number. Like, you can recast this 3 times. Already the damage transfer seems to be a pretty high amount. Increases HP recovered to 300% attack multiplier when Stormbound Chain breaks. Stuns the last linked 2 enemies for 5 seconds when Stormbound Chain breaks. That is really strong as well. So now you're getting his crowd control into his kit. 5 seconds stun onto the linked 2 enemies when the chain breaks, and this is going to activate 3 times, also with a damage transfer. We're going to try him in PvP right now, because I want to see exactly how he's going to work. And then finally, his Supreme Plus, while Zephyr's Embrace is active, the protected target becomes unaffected. Okay, I mean, it's improving the buff of Zephyr's Embrace, but still I think the problem is it's only onto one of your allies. Like, unaffected is nice, but it is only on one ally. So overall, I think his Stormbound Retribution and his Turbulent Resurgence, that is really what is going to define how useful he will be. His ultimate is nice, but it's like a damage dealer kind of ultimate. It doesn't have as much crowd control as like other ultimates, and also like I mentioned, usually the fight is going to be decided before the ultimate even goes off. But either way, this is an interesting idea. Definitely he has synergy with Eironn Alma's team. However, the problem is if the enemy runs Lily May, that is going to counter your team comp, and then I think he will probably be usable in other teams. The healing from his Turbulent Resurgence is really nice. Like, a 400% of his attack multiply healing when the chain breaks is pretty high. Definitely plus 10 is the break point for him. That is where he gets most of his effectiveness. You need to get him to plus 10 though, otherwise you're missing out on the stuns. So if you do choose a recruit for him, I would definitely recommend taking him at least to plus 10. Okay, so we have Almas, we have Eironn. Who else do we want for this comp? We could even go for Rowan. Rowan honestly does pretty well in this comp, so let's see whether we have Rowan over here. We can just take him up to Paragon, because Inspiration, Intimidation, all those things are going to matter right now, so we want to just take them all the way up. So we're going to go for Eironn, Almas, Rowan, Lorsan. Eironn, Almas, Rowan, Lorsan, and then finally I want to go for Bonnie. Honestly, I feel like there's a lot of Bonnie synergy here. Bonnie already deals a lot of damage even to the rearmost enemy. It's going to be transferring all over the place. Yeah, I think that is my team comp plan. Where is Rowan? Rowan is over here. Let's go ahead and upgrade him. Let's upgrade him to plus 10 exclusive equipment, even though he doesn't need it. Just to max out our team, right? Bonnie is built and Almas is fine. Okay, we're good to go, guys. Okay, guys, I have to go to duel mode. I hope that Slowbee is still running his Paragon 4 defense or something. Yeah, he's running with the twins. Okay. This is going to be crazy. He has a really insane sort of defense here. But like, it does get countered pretty hard to Eironn Almas. So like, we're probably going to win with Lorsan. But yeah, he's trying the Citrana Bonnie combo Okay, so we have the Eironn Almas, and Mr. Lorsan is in play. We have the buff tile. Yeah, we'll play Lorsan on the buff tile just to get a bit of an advantage. And then we have Rowan, and then finally, final hero is Bonnie. Okay, so Bonnie will be in the back. Okay. Or here we go, guys. Wish us luck. Let's go. So Eironn is gonna immediately ultimate, and whoa, Lila just moves out of the range. But Lorsan, where's the Stormbound Retribution? Look at that damage burst. And then Eironn is gonna ultimate again, thanks to Rowan. So already the Eironn Almas combo is gonna counter the Citrana Bonnie team. However, with Lorsan is kind of even more oppressive because you have that damage transfer. Let's take a look at the damage output. Yeah, Lorsan did a lot. He did almost as much damage as the Bonnie. That is pretty crazy. Now, the thing is, though, I want to do more testing, but I just can't really do it because I need to find other people. Okay, maybe we can find other people, like maybe the top rankers in Arena, and we can try to duel them. Because here I cannot face them, because I can't reach that high. But let's see whether we can duel these players. Okay. They're not letting me duel from this menu. I think a lot of people, I guess, have duel turned off. Maybe in the Dream Realm people will have duel turned on. Can we duel him? No, can we duel him? Yes, okay, we can duel someone. Finally found someone to duel. Hopefully they have... yeah, Paragon 4 team. Again with the light. Okay, now they have Lily May, which is smart. Because now Lily May is going to counter my Eironn combo. So then, what can I do? Oh, I know what I can do. We can run Brian, right? We can run Brian and forget about the Rowan. And use Brian as to take the fall. Now, ideally you would have... wait, is there any other instant caster? No, that I have like upgraded? No. So it'll have to be Brian, but I should upgrade him to Paragon, to be honest, to like get the inspiration intimidation, but we'll try this first. If it doesn't work, then we will try the other thing. Okay, so Brian is going to take the interruption, and then boom, get locked down. Whoa, Sonya is kind of immune or something. Sonya didn't take the immobilization that well. Okay, Lorsan, what are you going to do? Lorsan is not doing enough. See, this is the thing that I was talking about, that honestly speaking, I don't feel like Lorsan is going to change the tides of the fight. Yeah, I mean, this team did really well actually, because they have a lot of like protection, because Rowan was giving the potions, Sonya was doing pretty well. Interesting. So the twins are looking honestly not bad. Obviously, also, they had, like, nice faction talents and everything like that. However, this definitely shows you that the Lorsan's issue. I feel, honestly, my opinion on Lorsan is he's a win more hero. If your team was already going to win, Lorsan's going to stomp them into the ground. If your team was going to lose, Lorsan isn't going to change anything. Because he doesn't really do anything other than the Stormbound Retribution. Like that. And then that's reliant on you out-damaging the opponent and just bursting through them to see it in action. But these are going to be early AFK stages, and we're just going to completely destroy them. Yeah, it's like the early stages of Labyrinth kind of destruction, so you can't even really see the true potential. But anyway, guys, that is pretty much Lorsan in a nutshell. I am honestly speaking, from right now, my opinion on him is he's a pass hero. Even though his kit is kind of fun and interesting, I do not think he changes anything. And the problem is he doesn't have any survivability for himself. He doesn't, like, I guess you do have the Stormbound Retribution. Even if he dies, that Stormbound chain is going to remain, right, in effect. But is that really valuable enough? Like, it is nothing like Bonnie level of value, debuffing the entire enemy team potentially. And so I feel like this is just not a place for Lorsan in PvP. I think for maybe a wilder nuke team in this season, definitely he can be run, but then Lily May kind of hard shuts him down, right? Like we just saw in that duel match. So anyway, guys, you can give me your opinions on Lorsan in the comment section. But overall, I think he's a fine hero, but I will probably be skipping him. I don't think he's just not that important to have, and it's better to just focus your resources onto the powerful heroes who are going to boost your account, usually also for Dream Realm, and definitely Lorsan is not going to be useful in Dream Realm. But thanks for watching, guys. That's going to be it for this video. If you want to talk to me more, ask me any questions, you can join my AFK Journey Discord server. There's a link to that in the description of this video. But thanks for watching, guys. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.